Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the Mentorship Squad. It's Monday night at 8, and I am clearly not Christina Williams. I am Michelle Stuchel, and I am really excited and thrilled and honored to be here with you, especially on July 1st, getting ready to kick off a great July. And what a month we had. If you went to convention, oh, let's see, I'm going to mute everybody. Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody. And when we get to open coaching, feel free to unmute. Um, but I want everyone to drop in the chat. I want you to drop one of your wins from June. Maybe you reached your incentive.
When
Maybe you, um, went to convention and a nugget that you got from convention. I want everyone to drop a nugget of a win that you had in the month of June. At the beginning of the month, it is sometimes easy to look back and think of things that didn't go right. But I think it's really important to take time to look back on the past month, evaluate and learn from what happened in the past, and also to celebrate what went well. And our natural tendency a lot of times is to look at what didn't go well, and we don't look at what went well. So I'm seeing some things like better mindset, posting about the business, ranked up. Huge congratulations for ranking up, Sadie. Keep going, keep going. I know that there's more people that had wins. Maybe you learned something, maybe you had a conversation, maybe you sent a message to a dream teamer. Great job, Doreen. You had your first join. Way to go. That's huge. So I want you to celebrate those wins, really take time. And also, what you do at the beginning of the month is celebrate the wins and then look back. And here are some questions I want you to ask yourself. Okay. I didn't even think about putting this in the PowerPoint, but you can jot these down. Okay. Maybe someone can write it in the chat. Number one, did you reach your goals? Why or why not? These are just really important questions to ask. If you're on this call, you may have been on the call last month. Did you reach your goals? Why or why not? And then to think through, what were the answers to those things? What were your goals for the past month? And did you take the actions to meet those goals? And if you didn't take the actions to meet those goals, what stopped you? Because here's the little tip. Unless you learn from the past, chances are you're going to repeat the same mistakes. Because anybody can set a goal, but taking the appropriate actions to meet the goal is the key. And unless you get really crystal clear about what the goal is and the actions to take, chances and anticipate the obstacles and make the decision now how you're going to handle those obstacles, the chances are that the pattern will repeat. Can anybody relate to this? Anybody relate? Okay, so I want you to take some time, think if you met your goals, or did you not meet your goals, and what went well, if you did, why, and if you didn't, why not? And then it should be pretty easy to see, looking back, what stopped you. Maybe it was that you didn't time block. You didn't plan, you weren't, intentional about your time, or you got distracted, or fill in the blank, or maybe you did. Maybe you did meet your goals, and it's because you were faithful in starting new conversations. It's really important, especially for those of you that have been around here for a hot minute, to look back and to analyze why or why not, why you got the results you got. Am I making sense? Is anybody else tracking with me? Okay, so I want you to ask yourself those questions, and then you can make the decision now how things are going to change. For example, Carly, I'm going to pick on you. I had horrible time management and I didn't hit my goals. So you get to decide this month, what are you going to do about time management? What decision are you going to make now about how you're going to handle your time? Everybody has obstacles. Cecilia has like 87 kids. Everybody has obstacles. Not that kids are an obstacle. I'm not saying that. That came out wrong. But, she's busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody has things to do. Everybody has obstacles. But what decision are you going to make now? So when the obstacle or the hindrance pops up, you've already made the decision so that you can move forward in strength and power and still meet your goals. Really, really, really important because again, this call, we have a pretty wide range of people. Some of you are brand new and some of you have been around for a little bit of time. But look back and see what helped, why or why not did you meet your goals? And we're going to talk about this a little bit later, and we can do some open coaching around this later, because those kinds of things will help you moving forward. Those that don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. So let's look back and analyze. And I want you guys to start getting in the habit of at the first of the month, taking some time to reflect and analyze what went well, what didn't go so well, and how you're going to grow and change in the future. Okay? It's really, really, really important. So, okay. Well, let's talk about July, and we can come back to this. I hope that made sense. Does anybody have a burning question around that right now, around this issue, since I just brought it up right now?
Sorry, Michelle. I just got a new iPad and I'm still figuring out how to work stuff on here because it's not the same as my desktop. If I thought about this for a while, I could probably come up with an answer, but you just asked a question and I haven't had a chance to think about it. So what would you say to those of us who, like, as I'm sitting here and I've got okay, I did this and I did not, right? What would you say to those of us who tend to have like everything on that as a negative column? I didn't. And then the things that I did weren't good things. So that can tend to bring a mindset down, right? So as a successful leader in this team, what would you say to those of us who have that propensity to like stop that before we're below the surface?
Yeah, that's a great, great question. Number one, get on book study at 9 p.m. and dig down deep into the game of conquering, because basically this is one of the best mindset books, if not the best mindset books I've ever read, and it will help you tremendously. Okay, number two, 80% of this business is mindset. So the more you work on yourself, like you need to be willing to work as hard on yourself as you are on your business. And here's a little phrase that I read from the book 10X is Easier. Was it 10X or was it Eric Worre? I can't remember. I can't remember who said this. It wasn't me, but he said, what if you believe that everything was happening for you instead of to you? That one little phrase, everything is happening for me instead of to me. If there were negative things that happened or things that I didn't happen, what can I learn from that? If you view everything as a learning experience, it's a win.
Right. I was reminded today, it was just one of those days. So you guys, just because somebody out there can relate. So it was one of those days where like everything in my mind, I'm like, I failed here, I failed there, I failed here, I failed there. And then I remembered, gosh, dang it. Hopefully someone knows where this came from. I don't remember where it came from. It was a podcast or it was somebody's poster. It was something where there was a very successful, very successful in many, many ways person who every night at the dinner table, everyone had like the question was, how did you fail today? And it became an exciting thing to tell how you failed. And it popped in my head, thank God. And I thought, because, and I'm like, okay, why? That needs to go on my wall. How did you fail today? And then why? Because if I didn't, you don't fail if you don't try, right? And every failure is a learning thing. So, along those lines of everything happens for us, even if the prior month was full of failures, that's something for us. It's something we can look and go, okay, well, now I know some things that need to change. Right.
That's 100%. So 100%. So what I would encourage you to do is take some time to evaluate and think, well, why didn't I meet this goal? Why didn't this happen? And learn, because if you can learn, it is not a failure. It's a learning experience. You either win or you learn. So it's not going to be failure if you learn. Now, if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, that's the definition of being a fool, according to Proverbs, but you can learn. So, but here's the thing, you're going to have to take time to figure out why those things happen. Get really, really, really honest with yourself to identify, well, why didn't I take those actions, meet that goal, do that thing, and be honest enough to write down the cause and then dig down. And chances are it will be rooted in fear or unbelief. And sometimes just bad habits. But generally speaking, bad habits are rooted in fear as well. So taking the time to learn has set you up for success. So it's not a failure. You cannot lose if you learn. Everything that happens to you, and if you learn from it, it becomes a success. You either win or you learn, and then no one can stop you. If you can learn from all things, no one can stop you. You will be a winner every single time. So you flip the script. This is working for me because I'm learning and I'm getting stronger and I'm growing. So see even how that is mindset? Eric Worre says, I either win or I learn. And by learning, and no one can stop me from learning, so no one can stop me from winning. So take some time to reflect and learn. And then what are you going to do differently? The application for the now. And maybe you just take one or two areas because progress is the biggest human motivator. Don't try to change 87,000 things at once. Pick one or two or three and then move forward. Decide now, like anticipate if the situation is the same, what decision can I make now to take different actions so I get different results? So you're learning and then applying. That's why everything in this business, it's like you've got to have two legs to walk, right? It's learning and taking action, learning and taking action, learning and taking action. If you just learn without taking action, knowledge just puffs up. But if you take action without learning, you're just going to be going in a circle and sweating and not progressing. You have to have both, but you can. And as long as you're learning, you're winning. You're welcome. All righty. Well, I want to dig into July. We'll come back to some open coaching at the end, but what we've got in July is so, so, so exciting. I definitely want to make sure we talk about this and capitalize on this and talk about some strategy. Again, take time to reflect 100% and just make that a part of your routine. Like make an appointment with yourself every first of the month for, an hour, 2 hours, depending on the size of your team, to reflect and move forward, okay? And make your action plan. So let's talk about the action plan for July. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you're gonna see my big desktop. Okay, you can see my desktop now? Okay, let's see, I'm gonna minimize that, share. Oops, no. Present. That's what I want to do. Hello. Present full screen. Okay.
I think you want to do. Are you good?
Sorry?
I was going to help, but you got it.
Yes.
So you're good.
I can't even see who's talking. So anyway. Okay. Christina made this. It's beautiful. I just get to share it. So kudos to Christina. She really is a leader of leaders. On her way to the airport, she was typing all this out and getting it to her assistant. So that's why she's a diamond emerald. Okay. All things July. Whoops. Okay, it'd be great. There we go. Okay, let's talk about the July incentives. So for new VIPs, this is so exciting. They are going to be saving $20. New VIPs can save $10 this month on their 100 PV order using the Give 10 code, and they're going to get $10 product credit to use in August. This is huge, friends. This is like retention strategy built in to their purchase this month, okay? Fabulous. We still have the rank reward bonuses. If you maintain your gold, senior gold, ruby, or senior ruby ranks, you're going to get cash bonuses, but you must recruit 3 people. It's not just a ticket without, skin in the game. You have to have some skin in the game. So recruit 3, and if you maintain your rank, you can get additional cash bonuses. I love our company. And then our refer and earn, our incentive this month is the Ninja Creamy. Who's so excited about the Ninja Creamy? My daughter told me I must earn it, and she wants to take it. And I told her if I earn it, she's not taking it. This is actually built. Okay, well, 2 things. Number 1, you have to enroll 4 people with 100 PV or more. Okay. And then you either retain 3 from June. Okay, or you develop a new silver. So either way, you have to enroll 4 people with 100 PV order, and then you either retain 3 from June or develop a new silver. My thing is go do both. You should be retaining and you should be duplicating. So type in the chat, who's going to get their Ninja Creamy? I want to see everybody who's going to get their Ninja Creamy. Very, very, very exciting. Okay, this is also massive, okay? For anybody, any VIP who upgraded to brand ambassador during the month of June or July, they are going to be earning double building business bonuses for all of their July enrollments. So say you had somebody come in June, they upgraded in June to VIP, or they upgrade this month. Double BBBs. What that means is every time you have a new customer, you get 20% of their purchase order in a BBB. That's doubled. So if you sell a triplex, it's usually around $21. It's now $40. If you sell triplex and trim, that's like around a $40 bonus. That's going to be around an $80 bonus. So you can see how these double BBBs quickly stack up to give people enormous amounts of cash. Okay, so let's talk about potential earning here. If there is a brand new Fast Start Silver that gets 3 joins just with triplex, they're going to earn around $378. $378. That's a lot of cash, okay? If you have a Fast Start Senior Silver, someone come in ground up, they're going to earn over $1,000 if they are selling triplex plus 1 product because of the double BBBs. This is incredible. Senior silver, about $1,000. And if it's Fast Start Gold, depending on what they are selling and how they get to gold, whether they recruit everybody themselves or they develop silvers, between $1,700 and $2,000. Who wouldn't want that right before back to school? That's amazing amounts of cash. So let's talk about how. Okay, let's talk about gold scenarios. 2 different scenarios. Say somebody comes in and they recruit 17 people with triplex alone, okay? They're going to come in and their BBBs are going to be doubled, hence DBBB. They're going to earn $714 on double BBBs, okay? Their Fast Start Silver bonus is $200 because remember, Fast Start, you double the bonus. They get Fast Start Senior Silver bonus of $300 and Fast Start Gold, $500 cash. Their commission for the pay points is about $275. That is a total of $1,989 for somebody coming in, starting as a brand ambassador this month. Isn't that incredible? Or they could have started at the end of last month and they're still in their Fast Start window. Amazing. And listen, this is possible. This is absolutely possible. There are people coming in and going Fast Start Gold in 1 month all throughout the company. This is not far out, okay? Amber Miller is developing a Fast Start Gold every single month, okay? This is absolutely possible. Now let's talk about the second scenario. Recruits. This person recruits 7 with triplex only and develops 3 Fast Start Silvers who each recruit 4 people because they want their Ninja Creamy, right? Okay, this person didn't appear, they did not get their Creamy. They can buy a Creamy at Costco, but they didn't earn it because they didn't retain and they didn't get any silvers. This person earned a Creamy because they developed a silver. Their business building bonuses is $294. Every time you develop a Fast Start, you get a bonus. So the Fast Start sponsor bonus for silvers is $50. So times 3, that's $150. They ranked up to Fast Start Silver, which is a $200 bonus, Fast Start Senior Silver, which is $300, Fast Start Gold, which is $500, the commission, $275, for a total of $1,719. Do you see how this kind of cash ranks up very, very, very quickly? I can promise you, you have people in your life that are praying for a way to pay for camp, vacations, upcoming travel ball. My kids start school August 1st. We're already back to school shopping. I can guarantee you there are people in your life that need this kind of money, okay? So let's talk about the new VIP potential, another scenario. Okay, for someone brand new who comes in, recruits for, and develops a Fast Start Silver, okay? They're gonna get about $168 in BBBs, $100 in silver bonus, $100 for their Fast Start Silver bonus, $50 because they developed a Fast Start Silver, their commission, $105. That is $523 in a Ninja Creamy by recruiting 4 people and developing a silver this month. Over $500 plus a Ninja Creamy. Do you see how quickly this adds up? Okay, so let's talk about what to say. You guys can take screenshots of this, and I will put this slideshow in the team page, the file, okay? So to a current VIP. Now listen, this is the thing. You need to reach out to, who are you going to be reaching out to? First of all, you're going to reach out to all your current VIPs, all your happy product users, because most of your business builders will come from happy product users. So reach out to the people that are on your products now, and you can say something like this. Hey, Becky, happy July. I can't believe we are in the second half of 2024 already. Seems fake, but okay. Anyway, I wanted to reach out because Plexus has really gone all out this month, and I'm excited about it because I know it's going to bless so many families, and you came immediately to mind. This month only, Plexus is doubling referral bonuses for our happy product users just like you, just for inviting some of your friends to get started on their own health journey with Plexus using your referral link. And you'd be adding several $100s to your bank account. I know for me, that would be a huge help with back to school clothes and supplies or a last minute beach trip. So since you're already enjoying your journey with Plexus, and since you have me to show you exactly how to share genuinely with others, would you like to take advantage of this opportunity? If you had 3 people join you, you'd earn $400. And if you went wild and had 9 join you, you could earn over $1,000. And 18 friends joining you would get between $1,700 and $2,000. And we have people who do this month after month after month. So it's totally doable. Tell me your thoughts. See, it's genuine, it's not salesy, and it shows them what is available to them. Friends, they're not going to know unless you tell them. So you're going to reach out to all your happy product users, okay? Okay, what to say to somebody you're in conversation with already about the business, so they have not joined yet. Okay, same beginning about, okay. I just got word that Plexus is doubling all the referral bonuses for brand new ambassadors. I immediately thought of you. I know we've talked about Plexus for so long, and it just feels like maybe this is the sign that now is the time for you to go for it with me. You'd have me beside you every step of the way, plus our amazing team and support. And I really think you could do this. I also know you've had some fear about getting started, and I just want you to know that I can relate. I was scared too. Sometimes I'm still scared. But what I found is that the scariest part is before the decision is made. So here's what we have this month. If you had 3 people join you, you'd earn $400. And if you went really wild, Same thing, she goes on. Tell me your thoughts. Not only would you be finally getting started on your own journey, but you'd be well on your way to reducing that back to school expense stress too. Tell me your thoughts. Okay, this is a prospect, someone that you're already in conversation with about the business. Okay, what to say? Someone you've never brought the business up to before. Hey, Brandy, happy July. I can't believe we're in the second half of 2024. Time is flying by for sure. Do y'all have any fun plans for the rest of the summer? We plan to soak up all the sunshine and hang out at home. Okay, so I was hesitant to reach out because I respect you so much and I would just never want you to feel pressured by me in any way, but I also kept feeling a nudge to reach out. So I decided to be obedient to the nudge. You know, I've been building a business with Plexus and I'm loving it. I'm learning so much about myself and about serving people well. And I just had the thought today that maybe you'd be open to doing this with me. The company has offered double bonuses for new brand ambassadors. So that's what made me go ahead and reach out. I know expenses are going up for everyone and the earning potential was too good not to share with you. I have other details I could share with you about the income potential, but I should probably stop here and get your thoughts on this. Would you be open to hearing more about doing this with me? See, genuine, you're inviting them in to take a look. Okay, so what are your action plans? Number one, you're going to reach out to all your VIPs about the opportunity. Go through your back office and reach out to all of them. I would really encourage you to do voice messages. Listen, those messages that I just read are templates. Make it sound like you. Change the verbiage a little bit to make it sound like you. You do not need to sound like me. You do not need to sound like Christina. The bones are there for you to take massage and allow it to be like you. But you do need to reach out to all your VIPs to let them know. Christina would not be here if Brittany had not faithfully followed up with her for over a year. Let that sink down into your soul. Who is in your back office that is praying for income that you can reach out to? And here's the other thing. Don't prejudge anybody. You never know what somebody needs, whether it's community, whether it's income, you just don't know. So don't prejudge. Reach out to all your happy VIPs, okay? Then you're going to reach out to all your dream teamers about the opportunity. Remember, there's a message in there, people that you're already in conversation with about the opportunity. Okay. Now, what you're going to do this week is you're going to front load new Plexus conversations this week so you can close them by the end of the month. Because remember the averages. 1 out of 10 will respond to you. So if you want 3 joins, you've got to start 30 new conversations. This is on average. It depends if you're in your warm market, your cold market. There's a lot of variability, but on average, 1 out of 10 people will respond to you, okay? So you're going to front load this week. You're going to be reaching out to everybody about the opportunity, VIPs and dream teamers, and then you're also going to front load new conversations about Plexus. So by the end of the month, you'll be able to close them because remember, it takes on average 8 to 12 exposures before someone makes a purchasing decision. The fortune is always, always, always in the follow-up. So this week, block out time in your calendar to send these messages. I would 100% be sending the messages to all your VIPs and dream teamers about the opportunity within the next 24 to 48 hours because you want to give them as much time as possible if they want to take advantage of it. And start your new reach outs for the products. Okay, I think that's my presentation. Okay, so I have not seen any of the chat, so let me look. Okay, questions about this, question about the incentives, question about July, question about the July strategy.
I have a
Hey,
question.
Michelle.
Oh,
Okay, Bree, go ahead first.
Okay, my question for you is, you said get 30 reach outs. Would you do those all the same day, or would you break them up over a couple of days?
That's really up to you. I mean, if you could, if you're doing new reach outs, the sooner you can get them done at the beginning of the month, the better. I would not just copy and paste 30 messages. You will get flagged and put in Facebook jail, and nobody wants a spammy message like that. But if you had time to send out 30 new messages in one day, absolutely go for it. The key is don't just cut and paste a "hey girl" message. Do you see what I'm saying? You want to connect with people. You want to look at their wall. You want to take the time so that you want to send a message that you would want to receive.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I
Okay.
would definitely try to get your new reach outs done as much as you can this month, especially if you're going for a big goal.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, who else was piping in?
Oh, I was going to ask a question.
Yeah, hey Autumn.
Hey, so how often do you, how frequently do you reach out to your like dream teamers? I mean, if I have just I'm doing my own Zoom tomorrow night, so I've sent out a lot of messages to a lot of people, for that. So I'm not sure like how much is too much.
Sure. Okay. Well, if you're doing, that is a great question. Um, if you're doing a Zoom tomorrow night, I would probably talk about it tomorrow night on the Zoom if they're going to come. And I would just lay it all out there on the Zoom. And then for those that couldn't make the Zoom, I would follow up with them. What is tomorrow night? Tomorrow night will be Tuesday. So maybe Wednesday and Thursday, I would follow up with anybody that didn't make it and say, hey, I'm so sorry you weren't able to make this, but I really wanted to make sure that you found out about what Plexus has rolled out for us this month. And then you can do the rest of the message of what would be available to them.
Okay. Okay. That's great. All right. Thank you.
Now, you're welcome. Let me ask you this. Your Zoom tomorrow, is that about the opportunity or about the products or both?
I'm gonna share stories, my story. My husband's gonna share. My two new ambassadors, Dawn and her husband Chris, are gonna share, and then Kayleen's gonna close us out with her story and the business opportunity.
I love it. Great. Okay, well, that's what I would do. I would follow up with them afterwards.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the rule of thumb, here's something that I always do with my dream teamers is you want to make sure that you're I have a custom list of my dream teamers in Facebook. So I engage on their content at least 3 times a week. So they know that I'm interested. Like, I don't want to be a crazy stalker, but they know that I'm vested in them.
Right.
So listen, social media, be social. Be social on social media. You're not just looking to get, you're also looking, these are people that they want relationships. And especially now when everything is so disconnected and chopped, people want real relationships, not just, everything. Think about it as a bank account. You don't just want to withdraw, you've got to deposit something in there. So, and if there's something important to share, I mean, you don't just have, I would also not just keep everything about Plexus. My general rule of thumb is 2 Plexus message to 1 personal message. So I'm wanting to also connect with them as a person. Does that help?
I have a question.
Great.
So I'm new, like today new.
Wow, congratulations, Rachel. Welcome.
But my question is, how do you fight the skepticism that some people have, because things I've tried in the past I haven't been consistent with and I have failed. And so there is that concept or belief that a stranger will support your business before sometimes your family or your friends will. So how do you stick through the positive, or those questions come up or some people won't even want to try it because they've seen you try stuff and they're just like, no, I don't really, they're just doing another thing.
Yeah, well, I can totally relate to
Um,
that, Rachel,
um,
100%.
so how do you stay positive during that type of thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so, well, welcome. So glad you're here. Thanks for being so vulnerable and honest. Now, who's your sponsor, Rachel? I can't hear you.
Christina.
Oh, Christina Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You're in great hands. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So number one, staying plugged into our community. At 9 o'clock, we've got our team call and we're going through this book called The Game of Conquering. And it's all about mindset. And actually, a lot of what you just talked about is the chapters tonight. It's all about fears. I can relate so much to your story, Rachel, because I was never going to be that girl. I had tried network marketing twice before, lost money, was never, ever, ever going to do it. I thought it was slimy. I thought, no one ever really made money, blah, 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 blah. Done it before, didn't work. Okay, so only 20% of this business is skill, Rachel. 80% is mindset. So I would encourage you, the way that I grew is that you can build your belief. It's kind of like working out. You get stronger by lifting heavier weights and doing repetition, right? So you can build your belief. And the more you build your belief in what we have and the power of it, it's going to help. Those with the most successful businesses have the highest belief. So every day, I would encourage you to get into gut health and happiness, or if you're on my team, Why Plexus Living Free. Read stories about build your belief in the products. Read it before you sit down to do anything. Take 5 or 10 minutes, build your belief in the products. Read testimonies about what the products are doing in people's bodies. Read how people's lives are being transformed. And then get into Dare to Dream. It's the Facebook group all about the opportunity, and read 2 or 3 testimonies about the opportunity and how people's lives are being transformed, and build your belief about the opportunity. We say this is staying close to the fire. The more you stay close to the fire, you're building your belief. And listen, everything that you just said is so relatable, and I relate to everything you just said. And listen, my mom probably has the worst health of anybody that I know. She buys probiotics off of QVC. She will not buy Plexus. I still make a 6-figure income. I'm still really successful. My dad loves the products. My mom won't touch them. So your people are out there. So building your belief, learning the skills, and then taking the action. I didn't read a book about riding a bike. I didn't wait till I didn't have nerves to get on the bike. I just got on the dang bike and I pedaled, and I fell and I scraped my knees, and I got back on the bike and did it again and did it again and did it again until now I get on a bike and I don't even think about it. I know how to ride. So,
Well, so I know Christina added me to the mentorship, the dream team mentorship thing, and then the community one. But where do I just search? Is there a place to find all of those types of testimonials? I mean, I read the one about the PCOS testimonial somebody had shared, and that relates to me. And so, when I was working on building my list of people, I started to really think about my friends that I know that have certain things, they've shared with me in confidence or whatever, that they have certain struggles, and we kind of relate to each other in those ways. And so I was like, ooh, that would make sense for that person.
yes.
But that would be, where do I find the other testimonials without
Sure.
having to go in and search all of Facebook?
Yeah, no worries. So you're going to, if you're with Christina, does she have you on the email series of, okay, we're going to get you hooked
I'm
up.
not sure. She may be on vacation, and
She is on vacation. So I
Yeah.
will take care of you, and I can message you everything, all the information is in the guides in the mentorship Facebook page. Okay. And you just want to start at guide number 1 and work your way through. She probably has you on an email series as well, Rachel, where all the information that is in the guides is going to come straight to your email. So check your email. If it's not there, you can pop in our chat and say, I don't have the email, and I'll make sure that you get it because I know Christina's assistant as well. But you can start working through the guides, and it tells you literally, it's literally like a business in a box. If you start with guide number 1 and start working your way through it, it's going to give you everything you need to start building your business. So you read guide number 1 and you worked your way through, and then you can just go to guide number 2 and start working your way through. And then in the chat, we will put the link to the Gut Health and Happiness Facebook page and the Dare to Dream Facebook page so that you can save it for easy access. So every day you can just build your belief 100%. Yeah, you're welcome. We're excited for you. So excited for you. And then you can ask questions in our Mentorship Squad Facebook Messenger chat. And everyone's very supportive and loves answering questions in there. So glad you're here, Rachel.
All right, Michelle, I have one.
Great. Hey, Sheena.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
So I know I've only been in Plexus since August, like for the business full on, but so I'm approaching my 1 year mark, and I don't know whether this is a blessing or a curse, but I know everybody deals with getting deleted, getting blocked, the negative side of things that people can say. How would you navigate around somebody that is extremely sensitive to having a friend that you've been friends with for over 15 years, and then you kind of distance yourself, and everything out of your mouth or anytime you're around them, they have something negative to say about Plexus, like, can we have a girls' night without nothing about Plexus? And I'm like, yes, I'm fully capable of doing that. And we've had our conversations, but out of the blue, I'm just up and I'm deleted. And somebody with a sensitive heart, I'm torn between it legit hurting my feelings and addressing and having a conversation, or do I just move on and pray for her and where she's at in her life and why we are where we are? I don't really know how to navigate that.
Yeah. Well, Sheena, you're in good company. That's happened to me. But I will say those things are few and far between. But as a feeler, I mean, I'm a feeler. Like, I'm a hot-blooded Lebanese feeler. So I feel. So I get it. I spent most of my life trying not to feel, and now I've just embraced it. Even although, okay, so here's what I would say. Number 1, take time to feel it. Okay. Is somebody not muted? I think somebody's, okay, there we go. Take time to feel it, Sheena. Because it stings. It does sting. I mean, it doesn't happen to me much anymore, but when it does, it's still like a little prick in my gut. You know what I mean? It still stings and I feel it, but I never stay there. And here's the reality of the situation, Sheena. Right now, she's just not your people. And that can be the hard thing to swallow, but she just doesn't know what you know. And you are looking to change things for your entire family. You're looking to change, like, you're growing, you're learning, you're growing. And I have, Jeannie Coleus is on this call and she knows that I've dealt with this. I mean, I had a whole group of women talking about me behind my back that I thought were my friends. Okay. And that was painful. But here's the thing. What God has given back to me is so much more abundantly the people that I want to be around, and has so just above and beyond blessed me with the most amazing friends and growth-minded women that are going where I want to go, fruitful kingdom-minded women that have what I want. That's what he's given me. And so even though it hurt at the time, God always takes us out to bring us in. He takes us out to bring us in. And she may not be your person right now, Sheena. Who knows what will happen in the future? Little hint, my best friend, Nicole, I never knew this. She had blocked me for years on Facebook and I didn't even know. Didn't even know. She's still my best friend. She has since unblocked me. But God above and beyond blessed me. So I would, just like Trina said in the comments, bless and release. I mean, people like that, you cannot control what other people say and think. You can just demonstrate by your life and be crazy fruitful and crazy successful and get around the people that have what you want. And then your life is going to demonstrate the fruit that you have. Does that help?
I needed to hear that. Absolutely. 100% hits the nail on the head. Just needed that reassurance.
Well, it's the truth.
It's really hard when people you love, because that's where, to me, that's where it comes from. It comes from a place where we've opened up and we love, and we see someone hurting, and we, well, as women, but as moms or whatever, we want to fix and we want to help heal that hurt, and we can't. And that's really, that's the part that really stings, I think, that you love.
It does sting, but then you have to think, who is writing the story of your life? Who are you going to allow to write the story of your life? Are you going to allow the people that are staying where they are and aren't growing and status quo and that don't want to change things and that are negative? Do you want them to write the story of your life, or do you want to write the story of your life? Do you want to take control and put your hands, grab the hand of Jesus and run? Like who's writing the story of your life? Are you going to allow naysayers and fear and what other people think and their perceptions of you write the story of your life? Or do you want to go ahead and have freedom? Do you want to go ahead and do and have all that God has for you? Because there will always be an obstacle, friends. There will always be an obstacle. Otherwise, everybody would do it. There's always a test and a testimony, but you get to choose. You get to write the story of your life. You will live into the story you tell yourself. And the hardest thing in the world is when someone that you love says no or disapproves. I feel this to the core of my being. I could tell you stories, even involving family members, but guess what? I'm not allowing that pain or even their perceptions of me to dictate how I'm going to live or how I'm going to change things for my family, or more importantly, how I'm going to steward what God has put in my hands. Because ultimately, I stand before an audience of one, and God has given me plexus to steward, and He expects me to gain a return. So I'm going to faithfully steward it well and gain a return and see women be, do, and have all that God has for them. So she can go ahead and say all she wants about plexus. They can go ahead and say all they want about me. I'm going to go ahead and be faithful and be crazy successful, change my life, and see a whole lot of women set free. That's why this is so important. Rachel, this is how you keep your mind set up. Okay, we've got about, I'm going to say 8 minutes so I can go grab my restore and go to the restroom before book club. So who else has a question?
Well, let me add, I want to add to what she said. So, in today's scripture writing, I don't know if y'all do that scripture writing, but I do. And in today's, one of the very first verse that I wrote was 1 Corinthians 6:12. And it says, you say, I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. And even though I am allowed to do anything, I must not become a slave to anything. And she asked me what stood out, and I told her that it was my relationship with food, like my unhealthy relationship with food. I stress eat, I emotionally eat, I everything eat. I just need a time, right? But then the very second verse that I wrote was from Galatians 5:1, and it was a completely different scripture writing plan. And it says, it is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by the yoke of slavery. And so
thank you for sharing.
That was kind of what helped make the decision today.
Yes, I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. I really appreciate it. Okay, we have time for one more question. Who else has a question?
I have a question.
Great.
So I've had a couple times, sorry, I've got a cranky baby here. I've had a couple times that I've had somebody who's a happy product user give me like a referral. So they're like, oh, this person really wants to know more, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, great. So they give me their number. I text them. We're not connected on Facebook because I don't know this person at all. And I'll ask them, I'll introduce myself. Sometimes I'll send a little picture and just say, something about, this has helped me with different things, wanted to know, just kind of like what we usually do. And then most of the time I'm like not getting any replies back. So I was just curious if you had any tips for referrals where we're not connecting on Facebook and like they don't know us at all.
Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so let me ask you a question. These people that are doing the referrals, are they just passing them to you, or are they wanting to have them be under them?
Most cases they're kind of just passing them to me.
Okay, so why?
I'm open to either one, but
So
it's kind of
okay, let me ask you this. Corey, are you casting vision for them, or are you just happily taking the referrals?
I mean, one of my friends, I have cast vision for her. So she brought me the person, I said, I'll help I'll help talk to them and show you. And we can, if they want to know more, we can sign them up under you. But we never get that far because it seems like I do pretty well just recruiting normally, but with this kind of situation where they text me somebody, and then another of my friend, like she does not want to do it as a business. So she did legit say, I'm just sending them to you. They need gut health. They need help. Please help them. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Sure.
So I've just had it happen twice, but I haven't been able to get them to like really reply back a whole lot. So.
Okay, so you're just talking to people, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
so it's not like 18. So what I would do is I would do it in a three-way text or a three-way chat with the people. Never just do it by yourself because they don't know you. Why should they respond to you? I mean, I wouldn't respond to a stranger. I mean, whatever, because this is relationship. This is a relationship business. So, and then I would definitely ask the person, well, what have you told them? What are you like? You're going to have to figure out what they know, what they don't know. Are they just saying, because you don't really know how interested they are or what they've said. So you're going to have to gauge that. And then I would invite them. I would say, hey, well, if they're open to hearing, ask them if it's okay for you to start a three-way text. And that way the three of us are in the conversation and we can help, you can help me, it's just going to give more validity to the conversation instead of stranger Corey messaging Susie Q. Do you know what I mean? And you can't control whether or not they ghost you, and the timing has to be right for them. I mean, there's been people that I talk to that come to me. I've had so many people say, yeah, I'm ready to order, and then they ghost me. That's just part of it's just part of what happens. The timing has to be right. You just stick them on your follow-up list, see if they're on Facebook every month or so, check in with them, keep inviting them to events, vary your follow-up, and when the time is right. So have them do it in the chat with them and then just add them to follow up.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. And then just ask them questions about them. Tell me about, just connect. Cool. Okay. We may have time for one more. Any questions about July or what we talked about at the beginning of the call about reflecting and making decisions forward?
Hey,
Okay.
Michelle,
Oh yeah, go ahead. Hey, Julia.
any suggestions on, I've connected and they respond, yeah, I want to know more, or yeah, I'd like to know about this. And then when I respond back, well, hey, when can we get together? When can I get you on the phone or send them a video? And then they don't respond after that. So any ideas on how to get them to respond back to me after They've said they're interested, and then I ask them, a lot, sometimes they have, a couple times they have told me some of their issues. And then when I send them a video or something, then they don't respond after that. Or one of them said, I just can't do Plexus right now and won't. And then, and they connect on my Facebook, on my stories and things, but they won't answer when I message them.
Okay, I'd have to see screenshots, Julia, and maybe that's something that you could send Angela for screenshots, because those are all different scenarios. Like for the person that says, I just can't do Plexus right now, I would say, oh, interesting. Tell me why. Like I would definitely ask questions. For the person that said that they were open to taking a look, you may not say, hey, let's get together for coffee, or hey, let's get a phone call. I would ask questions. I would say, well, great. So I know what information to send you. Tell me about your health goals. What are you hoping Plexus could help you with? Do you have any diagnoses? Do you take any meds for anything? You have to gather information first so you know what to send them. And then, again, it's normal for people to go silent. That's why you have to constantly be having new conversations, because there is a follow-up flow. People will go quiet, but at the right time, they will come back if you are consistent to follow up with them. And then if they don't answer, just once a month, I would touch base with them. And if they don't answer for 2 months, bump them out to once every 2 months. You can't make somebody respond to you, but you could add value to them. You could, just check how they're doing. My rule of thumb is 2 Plexus messages and then 1 personal message. And then vary your follow-up. Hey, we're having a gut health chat party. I thought of you because you said you were open. Or hey, we're getting together in the park on Thursday. Would you like to come and see the products? Hey, how you doing? What are you doing for the 4th? Just connect and then vary your follow-up. So
All right. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. That's just the skill of follow-up. So I would dig into videos on follow-up, Julia, because that's just the skill of follow-up. Okay. And whoops, in my last minute, what I want to say to you all, in guide 6, there is the habit tracker. And I actually did the video on guide number 6, the last email. If you want to reach your goals, you have got to do the activities on the habit tracker. Fill that sheet out and you will progress towards your goals. If you are not taking the actions, you're not going to progress. I'm telling you this because I love you and I want you to rank up. Print out the habit tracker and do those actions. You can think about Plexus all day long, but unless you're getting conversations going, you're not working your business. There are very few things that actually create income, and you've got to have the conversations. The habit tracker gives you everything you need to know about the activities to move your business forward. So if you want to reach your goals, print it out, fill it out each week, and game on. Let's see y'all crush July. It was such an honor being with you guys tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you at book club in 1 minute. Good night, everybody.
Night.